It says you're live. Okay, there we go. I think it like only just started like 10 seconds ago. Did it? Is it still going? Okay, there we go. There we go. I'll put it back to this one just for the moment while I'm finishing updating my game here. Okay. And just swap over that Steam account. Yeah, I think I have like 3 or 4 Steam accounts at the moment. Kind of wild. Okay. And multiplayer. Who else would I be other than Katie? Who else would I be? Okay. I should also probably grab my chat source as well, maybe. I know, I can rage that out. Let's not worry about that. Okay, I got my game open so that if I need to, I can jump into things, I can talk about things, I can talk about potential future strategies and everything like that. There's a lot. There's a lot. This run is amazing. Alrighty. Here we go. Without further ado, welcome to the reaction and giving of feedback on Kama's 28:59 new tie any percent world record. For context, this run is years and years in the making. It's a mixture of so many glitch hunters and so much pushing of the game by KamaCrimson. This is a culmination of so much work, so much thousands of hours of work that the whole community has put in that has been capped off amazingly by KamaCrimson here. And I was just watching a little bit of it this morning, and it's just exciting and happy for me to see how Kama continues to push this game and how he's open to feedback and wanting to hear what we can do together as a community to push this game. So, let's get into this. I'm looking forward to it. I've only seen like a little bit of Shipwrecks and 2 Up. That's all I've really seen so far. But holy, like there's so much that this game has, and just getting to talk about it on a high level and just not worrying about, you know, like coaching or anything like that. Me just looking at it as, you know, a Thai speedrunning nerd, as a top player myself, is something that I enjoy. Just focusing and obsessing on these details. That's my jam. So, here we go. I do need to swap to this scene so you can see it.
For the past 4.5 years, I've been speedrunning Thai pretty consistently, and within that time, I've not passed a minute barrier quite like this one at all. Breaking sub 28 has honestly reignited my flame for any percent, and, you know, I would talk about the run, but I'm going to let it speak for itself. Thank you to everyone who has supported me on this journey so far.
And he has got this coconuts movement down.
Let's keep chipping away at a better time. Shows up.
So yeah, just wanted to let Kama have most of the words at the beginning there, because, you know, those are his words, this is his run. So, yeah, one of the first things here, just like, you can see him running this way. You get the tree, you can kind of do like a little jump to cut, just like the tiniest little bit off there. It's something that I didn't do for a while, but It's a nice little detail. Let's have a look on the exact angle on this here. For me, I love to come in like kind of like right in between this middle part, this post here. It gives you like being a lot closer to the actual area that you need, so that you only turn at that very last second. It means that you get less displacement, a little bit faster, just by a few milliseconds. I don't know if he got the cutscene skipped, did he? Yeah, he did. You can see the like lighting of it is a little bit funny at the start. Also, what's up, Jack? Hope you enjoy this. So one little thing here that's interesting actually, and something I'm not sure if we've labbed out enough, is paying attention for the tide cycle for the moment that we come into the level, so that we can get out of this pool without needing to use a ledge grab. I'm not sure if we've labbed this one out enough. Personally, I do not blame Kama at all for not wanting to push this one further. By the way, this run, like, I'm going to be talking about some like absolutely minute shit that is so ungodly not viable for RTA in some circumstances. For, you know, sometimes there's reasons of like tide cycles, sometimes there's like reset efficiency and everything like that. Okay, Kama is the best player in the world at the moment. Okay, he is constantly like reassessing what strategies he can do and choosing what is most reasonable for him. And I personally agree with all of the strat choices that he's doing in these early levels here. I wouldn't choose to do something else differently. Okay, so while I'm going to be talking about some stuff that he could do, he doesn't have to do it. It's so freaking hard. Don't worry about that. So yeah, the tide cycles, the reason why why this one as well is like a little bit dicey for us to consider is as we come out of the water for land shark a little bit later, if we mess with the tide cycle here, could mess with our land shark, and the land shark is going to save more time than this could potentially even save. But this one has potential to work in with then different like ground swim options and stuff like that we also have. So I'll just let this one play out. So yeah, it is possible to get out of here without a ledge grab, but can be very, very strange. So another thing that we don't use at the moment here, again, for very good reason, there is a ground swim, an out of water swim that you can go up just here. Has the potential to save like 2-3 seconds, and that one combined with the ledge grabless thing, I do wonder how that would work in terms of getting us towards that next land shark cycle, because each tide cycle on shipwrecks is around 6 seconds to my memory. So if we're able to kind of get towards that like 2, 3, 4 second kind of range, then that's very much potentially letting us like start looking at different parts of the tide cycle being able to overpower that land shark. I don't think it'll get to a point that we will make land shark obsolete, but if we can make the two of them compatible with the tide cycles, that would be amazing.
Yeah, I'm not like near.
Anyways, like basically perfect positioning on his no look here. You can see as Kama approaches for this, you'll see that Ty's head like flicks to the side for basically like just a frame. You can see here, it's like he's spamming his cutscene here, and you'll see Ty's head right here flicks to the side. And let's see, how long is this frame window here? So he's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's like an 8 frame window, something like that. So it's a pretty decent window, but you also need to have the exact positioning of it. The fact that he only had an 8 frame window there is kind of wild. It means he had to be very accurate in the first place, because you need to think of that as being kind of like a little semicircle that he's only just like barely scraping the edge of to only get an 8 frame window. Very accurate swimming.
Feels sad.
One thing that I think we might disagree on is in terms of the exact like way to jump off of this platform. So for me, I like to jump from as far back as I possibly can. My mindset is the sooner I'm in the water, the sooner I'm accelerating and going where I need to go. He's on this one, he's going for the boost here. But the reason why I'm sometimes a little bit of a doubter on the boost is because you see how much displacement we get to the right. It's we effectively have to now go back to the left to go around this ever so slightly. So that's why I'm more so on the early jumping camp. But I don't think we've timed it out enough. I haven't timed it out in enough detail to know for sure. And that's something that honestly we would need task tools probably to be able to meaningfully figure that one out to any degree of certainty. So it's kind of more of a preferential thing at the top level, to be honest, in my opinion. Anyways, really, really nice positioning again on the swimming to pick up that seahorse, and just hard goes out to the right here. This is like the sickest part of the tide cycle. It's where you get like the most momentum of the tide coming down, and you know, it allows him to just straight over that seahorse. Perfectly done. Little bit of a late dive for this one. You want to get into that water as soon as you possibly can. He's got a little bit of distance here. Very minor though. Very minor. Like that is milliseconds. And yeah, the swimming here is just so accurately done. And the movement here is just... He does it really differently than I do, but it's so accurate. It's so accurate. I tend to be a lot more like, you know, flick to the exact line that I'm wanting and stuff like that. But he's just like absolute, like, just trying to follow the contours of the level as much as he can. And yeah, for this one, you want to be surfacing a little bit to the left here, and then letting yourself kind of flick across to the right and land down on it. That's perfect. And sometimes when you do it too much, you can end up getting like a little bit of a hold on the wall longer than you should. That was a pretty short hold. It is possible to get like a touch faster than that, but hardly at all. Now for this section here, yeah, that's pretty much as close as you can get to perfect, honestly. Like, it is possible to cut that a little bit more, but in terms of anything reliable, that is exactly how much you should be pushing it. That is exactly how much you should be pushing that. And this line in here, oh my god, that's beautiful. That's so beautiful. And then here, this is the line that you need to come over, and literally he's just like perfectly on it. And a pretty nice swim up into the egg as well. I have seen cleaner into the egg. But if you look up even just slightly too early, like you can see he was up pretty well. I think, yeah, like there's so little margin there for any improvement. It's just super solid. Like, when you're doing these things, you don't want to be operating at 100% because then you'll lose everything. You want to be operating basically 99%. That's what you want to be at. And he is like right on that 99% most of, like, for so much of the time. It's amazing.
Such a great game.
Great positioning on that. Love it.
Game tournaments.
Here he took a little bit of a left-hand turn. I like to, you see this little bit here, I like to do a little jump across this just for a slightly better line. He runs around it. I think he loses a few milliseconds there. Great bite boost off that, and really nice bite boost off that one. He does get a little bit into the wall, but not too much. He gets the vast majority of the bite boost there. And just that movement there when you're in the air, super good. The only things that he could really do further on this there's so little. Because the thing is here, as long as you land towards this, you know, left-hand side of them, you're pretty much getting everything you can. Yeah, there's so little in it. Because he's landing pretty far back on the tree. He's not spending extra time on the ground. That's basically optimal. Now, in terms of crazy strats that are yet to be implemented, I'm just going to jump into the game here real quick, because this is one of the few ones that actually like has things that could end up into any percent, in my opinion. But you know, Is it reasonable to in the near future? Not really, and the amount of labbing details and stuff like that there is for this. What was the setting for that again? Client. Actually, I think I want to be a spectator, and then I get the settings for that. Join as spectator. I think I crashed my game. Lol. I think I crashed my game. Crashed my game and my client. GG. Okay, join as spectator. Okay, there's like, where is it? I think I crashed it again. Oops. Oh well, I'll just swim to the area. I forgot the command for free cam speed in multiplayer, but essentially, I'll just come over here. Essentially, there is a strategy that is called Plupnet. And once you get after coconuts, I do need to talk to Aurora here. Once you get after coconuts, you have a seahorse, and I can still have MTP open and get my ground swim. That'll be handy. I will say I really respect your level of analysis. I appreciate that you look at the optimizations at the same level that I try to. Cheers. And yeah, that's the level that is required for the level of obsession that we try to approach the game with. It's something that I don't usually talk about in its entirety because it's distracting for people if they try and focus on all of these things. But these are the things that I really love focusing on. So anyways, once you've gotten 2 coconuts here, the thing that is really hard to weigh within this whole thing is, and also like, this is just not an easy strategy either, okay? So absolutely zero shade on Kama for not doing this. It has been known for a while, but it hurts your reset efficiency so much, and there is so many other things that I would rather spend my reset efficiency on. So do not pressure him to consider these strategies or anything like that, because these are wild. These are wild. So after you have gotten your bilbies here, of course you don't usually have second rank, you then get a ground swim just over here. You swim up, you go out of bounds here, and then you are able to do, this is what we call a Plupnet. You have your seahorse here. You swim across, and boom. You cut out having to swim around this section. You get your bilby here. That is the strategy. It's kind of dope that I got it first try. But the thing is, it's not difficult to do the strategy, particularly. That's why I'm able to get it first try. The part that is hard about this, there's 2 parts. There is doing it fast enough that you're actually going to save time. There is so much more room for error when you are doing this strategy. And for context, this strategy, I think the best that I ever had it timed out was 2.5 seconds faster. The absolute best that I've ever had it timed out. And that was with hundreds of attempts. 2.5 seconds faster. I would say 90% of those attempts, even when I was like trying to, study the tide cycles and everything like that, over 90% of those attempts were slower than the standard way. Which is not really the reset efficiency that we're looking for. So there is absolutely promise there, I think. But it's not an easy strategy to consider. The thing that is interesting within this, though, is, we're talking and we're thinking so much about tide cycles here. You have to know the exact tide cycle of when you get over there, but then there is also some flexibility for attempting this strategy because you have this entire section here where you can get the swim. However, if you're needing to get it all the way on the back wall here, I think the issue that you run into is like, okay, for one, you're not sliding forward at all when you're getting it, so you're losing out on some of that movement. And then two, you also get the pre-swim up like that as well. So really, you need to be getting the swim within this region here and having the tide be perfect for that, for you to be losing none of your time at all on your movement across here. And that requires a super specific tide, which we then also need to make line up perfectly with the tide and our swimming so that we can get there with the exact perfectly matching tide. It requires a lot of really specific paying attention to detail. And while the strategy is obviously possible, I just showed you the strategy. Knowing the viability and how that also matches with the compatibility of the absolute fastest strat to get here in the first place is also really hard. Because, we can get faster. That tide cycle is going to shift. And the thing is, while Kama's run is extremely quickly, there's also those other strategies in the earlier parts of the level that can also make that faster. So I'm now also going to show another strategy as well that is also not implemented currently. And this one is also probably even more wild than the plop net. So once you've come down here, you've gotten your bilby, you can actually go straight across here. You can do this. And you can get a ground swim, just straight up like that. What I like to do with it is I go into the water, I hold my walking hotkey, and then the moment that I hit ground, I then stop walking and I do an air dive. I held for it a little bit too long. This one's not an easy one. You need to... The thing is, I'm not exactly sure what determines when that seahorse is going to do its next teleport. I don't understand that well enough, but there you go. That's the dive that you can do. And you see how this gives you a swim straight across there. I kind of screwed it up a little bit. Oh my god. Oh, I hit free cam. Oops. Don't mind me. Okay. So you come up here, and then this as well is also not very easy. There's like swims right here where you can go like this. Boom. That's your dismount there. To get all of that, to potentially get the out of water swim at the start, the pull hop at the start, and plop net. It's kind of strange because it has so many strategies and shipwrecks. It has so many strategies and shipwrecks that are unfathomably difficult and just destroying your reset efficiency. They destroy your reset efficiency. That's why those aren't done at the moment. Because they turn the game into an absolute reset hell if you try to do it like that. So the way that Kama does it is the perfect balance for that difficulty. The perfect balance for that difficulty at the moment. So I fully support the way that he runs it at the moment. The only reason that I practice and I do these strategies is, for me, I do it to prepare for the future when some of these strategies might eventually be implemented. But right now, they are so far outside of being required for meta. They're so far outside. I would rather do those extra resets, Have a chance for a lawn swim. Have a chance for better emus. Much, much better use of your resets. Speedrun future proofing. But it's also as well like just interest with respect to like where can the task go in the future, like one day when / if we ever get a task. Those things interest me. And the thing is, Kama is that player that is pushing the human limit of what is possible in Thai at the moment, because you know there is still strategies that exist. They're not easy though. They're not easy, and he is currently the best player to push those right now. Super proud of him. Super proud of him. Anyways, let's go back to Kama's world record here. But that was my little shipwreck spiel. That should give you an idea of some of the wild strategies that are possible there. Some of the wild strategies that are possible there.
They did fighting games. Love that. Guess I'm not a real Finn Runs fan. I never knew that. Oh my god. Almost got auto-surfaced.
Yeah, dude. Let's just...
I never knew that.
Let's count the number of frames on this auto surface here. How long it takes him to react. Okay? Like, this is such an annoying thing that we have to fight against, okay? 1 frame. 2 frames. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13, 14. Okay, I think he's like reacted. His mouse has gone down at this point. So dude is just running, okay? And he just hits like the 200 millisecond quick time event with his mouse. I love that. I love that.
Oh my god. Almost got auto-surfaced.
Dude hit the quick time event.
I reacted. I reacted in time. Reacted. I almost got auto-surfaced.
Really nice
reacted.
turn angle there.
I reacted in time.
And perfect pre-turn. A little bit of an over pre-turn. I think, yeah, he did grind the wall just a smidge there. That's just like...
I think if I was reading chat, I would have failed that, though. Let's be honest.
That was his distance on his bite there.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, pretty good. Dude.
Let's be honest.
One of the funny things, by the way, that you might not notice. Sometimes we shoot these bass intentionally. So basically, this bass is about to turn around here in just a little bit. By shooting the bass, I can't remember off the top of my head. I know that it like messes with the bass cycle, but I also see how its like mouth is kind of like pointed upwards. I think that means that it's like not in a state to be able to take you in its mouth at this moment because of him shooting it with the boomerang. So yeah, sometimes shooting bass actually, okay, it makes him turn around. Yeah, it makes him turn around so that it's in a different sequence within its pattern, so that it's not going to be in the way of him when he comes back out of the water. It's just a small detail. Not many people really think on that, and they're just like, oh, where are the bass in the way? Just shoot them. Shoot them if they're going to be in the way. You need to learn where the bass are going to be, and then you can time your boomerang throw so that it's not going to be in the way of you. Yeah, I think you're right. It is just a turnaround. Alright. Kama, traumatized by the auto surface. You can see this distance here. The reason I'm teasing on that, by the way, is because it actually does affect your line a little bit. Because you see here, once he turns to the left here, he also tried to do the shot on the bass. He stayed a little bit low because of that, I think, just to minimize any chance of the bass turning into him. But the reason that this matters is the lower down you are, the further around this corner you have to go. The further you have to go. So him being relatively low, the reason he comes back up here to correct for that is so that he gets that tighter turnaround here.
Oh, that's so...
So just had a little bit of down and then a little bit of up. That bass traumatization just cost him a few frames there. And then he's kind of coming down quite far again here. Not sure what that's about. And then he gets the pre-surface and times that really, really nicely. Does unfortunately not get enough left-hand turn, and he gets the bonk on that little corner there.
Is Bacon Man from Finland? Wait, what?
Rest of that's all good. Here, he is focused on Spire Swim. I'm not going to criticize any lines here because anything you can do to make your Spire Swim better, do it. Going as tight as possible around here is not a requirement. Focus on your Spire Swim here. And yeah, he gets a beautiful seahorse placement here. You can see it kind of like comes out just to the bottom of its mouth there, and that's like just right.
An amazing
just
speedrunner.
Right.
He's
And
great at Shard, the
does
Simpsons game,
this
Sly Cooper. An amazing
does this more modern Spire Swim set up here beautifully. You can see he's kind of like rubbing up against this left-hand wall here.
Shout out to
The
Bacon.
reason why that's good, the reason why you want to rub up against this left-hand wall, he could have gone up like here even a little bit more. The reason for that though is if you go straight and wait until you get to the very back here, you don't start climbing as soon. You want to start climbing as soon as you possibly can so that you're not fighting into the wall as well. Go up sooner. Go up sooner. You can go up here. You can go up here. I think this part right here, this is where it knocks you down. So if you can be right up at this angle, yeah. So I think he could have been up here. That's probably like another half second that he could have gone there. Actually,
He's great at Shard, the Simpsons game, Sly Cooper. All around amazing.
I did actually find 0.5 on Spire Swim today. Yo.
Runner.
And then, admittedly, like, it is possible to swim up here, but it's such a pain in the ass. Like, I've actually tried practicing this one a decent bit. It's such a pain in the ass. And, like, doesn't really save any time. So, to be honest, I don't really mind you going around the whole thing like that. But yeah.
Oh my god,
anyways,
that is insane gold.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous of that gold so fast. I'm jealous of this damn fence 2 skip. I don't know why I always screw that one up. It's the bane of my existence. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I gotta get shipwrecks, and then you immediately kill the run. Such a killjoy, this strike sometimes.
Holy moly. Dude, I think that was a mid 337.
I believe it was a high 337, comma. Boop. Ah, I paused it 10 milliseconds early. My bad.
Oh my god, that is an insane gold.
But yeah,
Holy
still though,
moly.
insane.
Dude, I think that was a mid 3.
Huh?
God, that.
Done. I thought the load gets removed. Because see here, 337. I thought the load gets removed when it pauses. Huh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I forgot about that. About when that comes in. Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right. Because you can see it on the main timer there. Yeah. You're totally right.
Oh my god, that is an insane gold.
For those of you that don't understand, it's not actually the load that's getting removed per se. It's the autosave block that's getting removed. So it's this icon here. Basically, whenever this icon is out, it's visible. It's preventing you from being able to menu. So part of the load remover is removing this time that this icon prevents you from saving. Now, like, technically there's an argument to say, oh, it's skill for you to be able to press the button the instant that you get the collectible. Versus, like, you know, if you had, like, absolutely zero lag on that whatsoever. compared to someone that has to wait 5 seconds for this icon to disappear if you have VSync on, for example. There is an argument for skill to be had there. The thing is, though, the only way that you can actually fully normalize for it is just removing the whole thing. So that's what we do. So long as I think it's basically so long as the player doesn't move or doesn't collect another collectible. I forget what the reasoning was with it. Mass and I discussed it at massive length when we were putting together stuff on it. But yeah, basically, as long as you're not doing anything else in the level, this will be removed for you. This is actually, when you have VSync on, this thing is what loses you the most time, even more than the loads, actually. But when you have VSync off, this thing is generally not too expensive. But yeah. In this case for Kama, it's like
my God, that is an insane
0.4 of a second, by the sounds of it.
Holy
which is
moly.
pretty standard.
Dude, I think that was a mid 337.
Also,
dude, I think that
this
was a mid 337.
This intro skip or whatever is the most important one. 2-Up has so many cutscenes at the beginning. It's just like da-da-da-da. It's always sad when you miss it, but he gets it here. And beautiful angle on this.
What in...
Also, just as a little throwback, I remember when you and Coral were like, no, it's never going to be faster to jump up here and skip the ledge grab. I'll tease you guys about that one for eternity. Yeah, fair enough on that little right-hand press there. You could have bonked into that tree.
Holy shit.
You needed to get out of the way of that. Great lines here. Okay. I love your angle and how you come in here with your mouse and everything, dude. It's so good. You were coping so hard on that back in the day. Great swim across here. So now, this actually was the thing that when I saw this is actually why I wanted to react to the world record. So let me... Let me go into 2-Up here real quick. This is probably the fastest way. Let me go! Let me go! Okay. So for this one, this is why I was wanting to react to the world record in the first place. Have a look at this. As you're swimming here, the way that Kama does this, have a watch. He basically bonks into the wall. It's possible to do this one with a massive air swim. So you can be basically at maximum jump height here. For this whole area. You can be like maximum height because there's water underneath. There's water underneath this ground. And so, obviously, like, you can't do it super far this way because the water ends. But, like, if we come here in free cam, you'll see that there is water for quite a considerable portion of this. Quite a considerable portion of this. So you're able to take an air swim up for most of this height and have like virtually zero bonking as you come straight onto that. So while Kama was going like this, and he had like a really nice pre-turn up there. He had a really nice pre-turn up there. So his was like that sort of thing. It's possible to come at this one and be basically completely in the air, ready to go into your turn to the side like that. That was just a small detail that, like, you just need to be really aware of where the water is underneath you. if there was no water there, the way that he did it is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. But having that air swim being above lets you take that even cleaner line. Even cleaner line. It allows you to distribute how long you take to go upwards so that you're not fighting up into that wall. You can actually save a reasonable bit of time. That's something that I've been doing for a while. Something that I haven't really talked about with anyone. So, yeah, it's just a detail that I love on that truck. And is one of the things that inspired me wanting to, like, go through and talk about the whole run. Anyways. We'll let this play out one more time. So, yeah. This bonk into the wall. You can see here, for about 200-300 milliseconds, he's fighting up into that wall. It's not a huge time save, but it's a little bit. It's a little bit.
Really.
Let's put this back to normal speed. Okay. Beautiful jumps there.
Really locking in here.
Okay, not going for any bite slide there.
This could be.
I don't judge it. I do the same thing as him here. Forcing for bite slides can be such a pain in the ass sometimes.
There's only a couple hard.
Also, let's just have a look here. Could have been a smidge further left, but yeah. This was the only run today. I didn't go for bite slide. You channeled your inner lawn.
So
channeled your inner lawn. I hate bite slide, dude. I hate bite slide, dude.
End of the level's free.
Really nice lines, holding him for everything there. So the reason I'm laughing on this one is because Kama, for the longest time, was the biggest proponent of, I'm gonna go this way. I'm going right, not left. I'm gonna went left here. Yeah. Colon C. Colon C. Here, let me bring chat on. Let me bring chat onto the reaction scene. Kama knew exactly why I was coming back there. Kama knew exactly why. Something like that. Yeah, dude. It's the funniest, though. It's the funniest. Bottom left of gameplay. Oh. I guess I could go here. Yeah, that's probably good. That's probably good. I know it looks a little bit funny with the YouTube player, but I'd rather that instead of it going over the gameplay itself. But yeah, the reason why Kama and I are having a bit of a laugh here is, you know, because he used to always go the other way. Have you recently fully converted to left side, or are you sticking with right side? I haven't timed it out, and the reason why this is funny to me is because I've actually recently been doing right side. I'm actually timing it out right now. So, playing devil's advocate for previous Kama, and what I currently have been doing, actually, I've been doing right side, is it's been a hot topic on stream. The thing is, when you bite it, you're closest to being able to head back out to the right. And if that lets you get onto that front part of the bridge sooner, onto that like pole of the bridge sooner, then whatever gets you onto that sooner gets you into your dive sooner. Oh, Kama.
And
Kama! Woo! Woo! What happened there? What happened there? What happened there? I'm ground swimming. I'm going to the location. The location of the crime. I'll be there in a sec, guys. I'm there in a sec. And that's why I'm going back to the right side. Yeah, so the argument here is like, boom, you get it here. You can go this way. And just whatever gets you jumping onto this fence post sooner to get into the water sooner, I think that is what's going to be fastest. In terms of total distance ran, though, I do think that this one would be better. And, like, that angle's also pretty solid. So, like, I'm not actually sure. Both of them are good. I think this is just a much ado about nothing kind of moment here. Whatever's easier for you. But I would like to know. I would like to know for certain. Yeah, because, like, the thing is, I think the way to time it is you bite the bilby from as far back as you can. You save your position with multi, like this. You know, you get the... There we go. This is as far as I can bite the bilby from. So from here, roughly. And then, you know, you just do /TP : :::. Now you've got your position locked. And now... I think this is the one I need. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so from here, you can get the exact angle that you want like that. And then it's a question of where you get to on that exact end timing. So I think we're gonna have to like run that one back and just do like a whole bunch of like A/B testing between the two of them, and you know, take like averages and stuff like that. Well, not averages. You want to get best. You want to get best for this sort of thing, because we're not interested in what's the best on average. We're interested in what is actually just the fastest possible. That's what we're interested in. That's what we're interested in. Because one of them might be harder for somebody. You don't know. Anyways, that's enough. That's enough talking about that one, though. Back to the run. There we go. But yeah, so far, I would say that this is probably one of the biggest mistakes in the run, though. Just too far left here. Gets caught on that invisible wall.
We get screwed.
For context, I would say this is probably like a 2-second mistake. Yeah, so from here... God damn it. I accidentally hit play. Messing up my frame advances. Yeah, so I'd say kind of from 0.37 till 58.37.
And just like that.
To about... I'd say to about here is probably where it would be, so... Yeah, gosh, that's like 3 seconds. Damn.
I really don't like
that's
that
unfortunate.
Now. It's just...
For context, that's like almost half a long swim, which is sad, man. Sad, man.
Deceptively difficult.
Whoo! Nice throw. Nice throw.
And just like that, we get screwed. I really don't like that dive. It's deceptively difficult.
One thing that was a little bit funky here, I disagree with this extra jump.
And just like that, we get screwed. I really don't like that dive. It's...
Of course, it's easy to say in retrospect. We're speedrunners. We smash our keyboards. We jump for literally no reason sometimes.
deceptively.
Though that one looks like it was kind of intentional. But I think that not taking that extra jump here, like I know that the movement is going to be faster when you're coming down that hill, just ever so slightly, probably only like less than 1% difference. But the jump is only to set up the throw. Okay, if that's a part of your setup, then, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And the actual movement stuff might just be better from that anyways. For me, I find that a jump there would complicate the setup, but no, if that's a part of your setup, then you do you. But yeah, pretty far out throw though. You can see the curve on the boomerang gets to a pretty substantial degree. You see how much he has to aim off to the side. Yeah, that's a pretty good curve. The boomerang doesn't really go much further than that, to be honest.
Obviously, the pace is
like
still nuts.
It goes straight for most of it, and then it curves pretty dang hard. So getting that much curve is about right. You don't want to push it more than that.
So painful. Obviously, the pace is still nuts. Like, I'm not upset one bit.
Why are you aiming for the left side of that platform?
I just hate losing time.
Why are you aiming for the left side of that platform? Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you want. I think you want to aim for the right side of the platform, and then it lets you jump to the furthest part on the next platform.
I just hate losing time to that specifically.
I think that's like a half-second time loss.
So painful.
This 15 seconds, sloppiest part of Hub 1 combined. Yeah, feels bad. Oh, no.
I just hate losing time to that specifically. It feels so painful. It feels so bad.
Yeah, you can hear it. You can hear it. Also, why don't we have a space bar on your input display?
Not upset one bit. I just hate losing time to...
We need a space bar on your input display, Kama. Even if it's just like a tiny little like ring that goes around it or just underneath it or something like that. But I think a space bar is the most important thing. We'll add it before next stream, promise. I'm guessing this isn't the first time you've heard about that.
That specifically.
But yeah, I can hear the space input. Like, just have a listen for it here.
It feels so bad.
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. Like, you did the proper reaction to it.
Oh, man.
It's just painful. It's just like, oh, man.
Making some rookie mistakes right now. We're choking. We're choking.
Nice angle on this, though.
Not really, though. I think I'm saving time.
And, yeah, I think you'll still be saving time, considering this. Woo. Beauty. Well, I think you stopped a few frames early there. But yeah, you got that like thrown from as far away as you possibly can. Yeah, why'd you stop on that so early? I think you could have been up here almost. I think you could have been up here almost. For me, I keep running right until the moment that says 7, and then I turn around. And if you get stuck into a sliding animation, you can just do jump, jump. That'll take you out of it. You'll turn around. So, yeah. For context of what I mean of the like jump to get out of the sliding animation, if you see this is what I mean here. If you get stuck in that animation, you can go like that. You can turn around instantly. And that can allow you to guarantee you get as far as you possibly can, turn around, get onto that thunder egg. Go right until the moment that turns to 7. You can get a few extra frames there. That's legit a time-saving bridge. For what? Rex dialogue? I just turned off my mouse. And we'll get there. We'll get there. Remind me when it comes up. Oh yeah, it's just a few frames there. Beautiful entries and everything there. Oh shoot, I'm not showing it right now. Okay.
Yeah, I should still save like 3 seconds or more.
Okay. I guess I'll see what you mean here, but yeah, it's a nice technique. I use it when I sometimes use it when I know that I'm going to be doing a sudden turnaround that I need like a full 180.
Insane ending to 2-up.
And that I want to be able to react as soon as possible without needing to worry about how far around my mouse is going. I use jumps for that all the time.
If only I didn't make that one mistake, this would be crazy. Well, there's a Bilby mistake, but we won't talk about that.
We won't talk about what? Also, not too bad on the tier. Alrighty.
Oh my god, I'm definitely saving more than 3.
But you know that.
Oh my god.
What was it? Like we said, like around.
Saving more than 3.
So it's like basically we're only really counting time losses from. Come on, show me the number. So kind of this minus 0.4. So it's like 2.5 seconds. Yeah, I think you still got like another second that you can gold on this one. Still, like, it's insanely good. It's insanely good. I think this is basically tied with my gold, if I recall. Let me bring up my gold real quick. No, I don't know if this is my true gold or not. 2-up is my weakest sub 1 gold. Dude, imagine saying that in 2021 or 2022. Imagine saying it back then. Yeah, 2-up. The hell? Mine says 257. That seems like some bullshit. I think I've had better ones than that. I think I've had some better ones than that. I remember 254. Oh, oops. I'm muted on it.
Oh my god, I'm definitely saving more than 3.
A little bit funky with your angles there, but you'll know that.
Nice.
You've seen me get a 254 RTA.
Also, sorry, I'm gonna be late to chat.
My golds are a bit funky. Also, for anyone who's not aware on the strat, because I don't think Kama talks about this probably. You know. Yeah, so for anyone who isn't aware on this strat, there's a strat at the start of Walk in the Park. I'm basically just wanting to talk about, you know, any unused strats. Yeah, so at the start of Walk in the Park, there is a strategy called Buzz G Swim. Now, the thing is, I've done a reasonable amount of timing out for this strategy, and for one, it's extremely difficult, okay? And because of where it comes in the run, it also doesn't really have any backups or anything for it. Well, you can back up by just not doing it. That's the backup for it. So I only do this on bad pace runs, personally. I think that's the best way to use this strategy at the moment. So far as I can tell, there isn't any tide cycles on Walk in the Park or anything like that, so there shouldn't be any RNG from that side of things. It's just a really precise strategy, honestly. But the amount of time that it saves is only really like 1 to 1.5 seconds. So if your setup takes more than 1.5 seconds, so you get into this Buzz G Swim position like this, and you take more than 1.5 seconds here to go into your position, you've lost it. You fail one attempt, you've lost time compared to standard. So it's a really unforgiving trick. This is not a trick that I would really recommend for anything outside of ILs at this stage. But the strategy that I use for doing this is a moving setup, because we don't have time for anything else to be viable. If you have to scope, you have to look up into the sky, and you need to position something. If you need to go like this is too long. Like, ready? 1, 2, that's too long. You've already lost time. If you need to do this, you've lost time. You don't have time for any setups. That's why this trick isn't viable for anyone at the moment. Even if they are able to get it with 100% consistency. They take too long to set it up. So, in my opinion, the only setup that is actually viable for this, it's going to be a lower success rate, is a moving setup. And that's where my setup that's where I feel my setup comes in. And basically, what you do is you're running this way, and we will use this wall, like this terrain, to bonk you against, to normalize you, while you then set up your camera so that you're facing just off of that tree, basically. So you do it off of this tree in the distance here, off like near the base of the tree. So I'll do this while running here. And then I get to here. And this basically puts you almost exactly where you're meant to be in terms of your angle. Almost. I haven't done it for a while, so I probably can't remember the exact placement that I'm meant to go on it. I think it's a little bit further out. That one felt a little... I think I went too far. A little bit too far out. The method that Kama does is based off of like how much tie is like sliding to the side. So this time I've got a little bit less angle. There we go. So you can see you can get a dive off of it. For context, I haven't adjusted my mouse since I arrived at this spot. But that's my setup for it. It's not easy. I haven't done it in a bit. And as you can tell, it's not an easy one. This is why this is not a world record. This is why this is not a world record. You also need to like perfectly time the exact frame that you start your dive, I think, as well. But yeah, so that's your swim there, and then you can swim up here. You just need to get right over to that, basically. Swim down here, say hi, and then you get the warp down. You go for this section normally. Now there's one other there's one other section. What do you call it? There's one other section on this level. Like, yeah, that's it. What am I doing? What am I doing? This is the wackiest bat swim of all time, ladies and gentlemen. But it should work. Should work to my understanding. The fact that we understand this enough now to make it consistent is wild, but yeah. So anyways, that's the whole section there with BuzzG Swim. But yeah, there's quite a bit that you can do, and you really want to be pushing like all of these lines through here. So you come up this one, and then straight across there. And this only saves like 2 seconds, I think. Part of the reason you lose so much is, of course, you lose time on your setup. But then you also have to be like literally running into the wall, and then you need to do a turnaround. I guess you could, once you get your dive, you could do a scope turn like that. but because you're right up against the wall, so you land to about here. I think let's see. And not sure if that's the right. Whatever. You get back to about here-ish. You're in the water. You can do this for your turnaround, so there's like another half second that you can get there, I think. So like, I think there's still untapped potential in how far we can push this, but this is something that really has to be pushed through IL work, not through full game run work at the moment, because this would suicide this would suicide your full run reset efficiency at the moment. It's not worth it right now. Completely not. Kama's fully aware of that. But, just talking about the strategy so that people know this is what's possible on these. Yeah. The next one, I'll let the rest of the level play out. It's near the end of the level, but the next strategy on walkers, it's even less viable than Buzz Chase one. Oop. Okay.
Also, sorry, I'm going to be late to chat, Hoppus. The pace is pacing.
Gonna be late to chat, Hoppus. Pace is pacing. Fun fact, this was the world record. He's gonna be very late to chat. Anyways, let's pay attention on this. A little bit of a long hold there with the bush, my dude. And I know you'll always know that I'll disagree with using WASD on this, but I will say, holy, you nail your bite slides there. Your fast falls right into that spot, and I think you also explained how you want to treat it as like a jump dive, more like gate skip on that one, and that really helped my consistency on that, dude. Really appreciate it. You are amazing when it comes to that little section, like with your fast fall and getting that quick dive into it. You have turned that into a science. It's not a strategy that I think is the easiest for people to learn, but you have it down. You have it down and you do it super efficiently.
What?
I don't know about that little side-to-side wobble.
What?
Yeah, because I'd stay down a little bit longer here. If something weird kind of like pops you up though, I like to like start coming up around this rock here, like underneath it, and now start coming up. Yeah. It was weird though, because it wasn't like a full-on like proper auto surface, but like, yeah, it was strange. It was just like, it was weird. Anyways, yeah, I like to go up the waterfall with even more angle on my camera, ideally, but
Oops.
It's pretty minimal, and it's easy to mess up. Very easy to mess up.
No way, dude.
That's painful. That's painful.
I actually targeted a beetle, and then my other boomerang.
Wait, did he auto-target a beetle? Oh! Oh, that's pain. That's pain. That's unfair. Yeah, dude. Damn, dude. Damn, dude. And the right rank missed by a pixel by being too low. Yeah, the right rank did throw. One thing that I'll point out though is, why don't you rank management this a little bit? Or, like, let's see. Yeah, you threw left rank first. This is actually just a straight up time loss for you, unless there's one thing. There's one thing on it. Yeah, but you can see the beetle. You can see the beetle. Because, oh. Wait a minute, okay. I have to check a mechanic here. So if you are facing this way, wait, sorry. If you are facing a direction and then you scope for just a moment, will it froze in the direction that the camera was facing. Okay, it does go in the direction the camera was facing. Okay, I just had to check that because I thought that there was a thing where like there's like a fraction of a second where it doesn't. But I think that that's just with respect to the auto target here, because like if you see this, no, they did even kind of did it there. Okay, now so you can see. Oopsie. You can see here, if I'm facing this way, I'm not facing directly at the box. But if I do my scope for just a second, of course I accidentally broke it while not holding my scope long enough. It's classic. If you do this, it's going to throw at the object that you were auto-targeted onto, even if you go into your scope first. Unless you hold long enough into your... Okay, so in that case, it's because the scope has a delay on activating. That's it. Yeah, the scope has a delay on activating. It's only like 1 or 2 frames. Yeah, tie aiming works the same as scope base. Yeah, so it's just a few frames there. You need to be aware on that, I guess. I didn't understand the scope mechanics on that well enough, to be honest. I think I like intuitively had it in my head, but wasn't doing it properly. Anyways, but yeah, no, if you're... Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to think through the mechanics a little bit here. So when you can put your scope on, but you can actually throw at this point still. And it will throw as if it's just your auto target, essentially, / where your camera was pointing. But the auto target will take priority over your camera point, because that's how tie aiming works when you're outside of scope. But the moment that you're fully in the scope, it overrides the auto target. So at this stage, you pressing the scope is actually just to stop you from running off and losing your ground swim, actually. It's not actually for the aim, it's just to stop you from running off. So you're actually getting the throw before you even go into the scope, ideally. Yeah. And then you do your scope, like you do your turn in your scope, and you just need to hold it long enough. It's to do max throw, yeah. Then you get your scope turn, your turn around, and everything like that. So yeah, you get that throw off as optimally as you can there. For me, I do like to have my right boomerang out so that I can aim to the right. To the left of the bats, because that is the side that becomes exposed earliest and is easiest to aim at. You don't need to worry about the corner here. So I like to have my left rang out of cycle. I like to have my right rang in my cycle so that I can get that throw as soon as possible. And then if I need to adjust, I can then hold my left rang and throw it, that kind of thing. And I can do that reactionary with the beetle if it's there, which I can tell during my scope turn. I think that's kind of like mentally how I try to approach it, but there's so many details on that. And to be honest, the beetle is a pretty minimal thing. But yeah, there's so much detail in the mechanics on that exact little thing there. But regardless, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Little unfortunate scrape in that rock on the way down. Yeah, just bonk that just a little bit. Oh, shoot, you're right. Thank you.
No way, dude. I actually targeted a beetle, and then my other boomerang was like... I mean, I want to say it was a pixel off, man. I want to. Still on time
So yeah,
save pace,
just
though.
bonk that, unfortunately. I think there
My
might
other boomerang
be...
was like... I mean, I want to say it was a...
I'll talk about it, just because it's interesting to talk about. I don't think that this is really viable, what I'm going to say. So, don't stress out about it whatsoever. Oops. So, when you're about to come into this section, it is actually possible to do this. It is actually possible to do this. Oopsie. I accidentally free-cammed. Need to be careful of that. But yeah, it's possible to come across like that. However, I think that the difficulty for that is like nothing, because the thing is, you can come out the same height as this. For anyone that doesn't know, this is this is area that you can air swim here, so it's actually not tight about needing to like hold into the wall or anything like that. This is why we do it this way. And then we come up here and we even air swim across this little stretch a little bit until we make contact with this, and now we can go above air swimming height, make contact with this, and get our turn. That's kind of how we approach that section. But yeah, so it can be a bit of a like false nomer. I don't think this is even possible to be faster, but I'm not sure. I haven't messed around with it enough, but it's such a minor thing. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Kind of like that, maybe. Could be worth looking into that a little bit, but the other method is like so free, honestly. It's so free and literally right there. So I wouldn't stress about that really at any level whatsoever. I would only look at that if I was making a task. It's not something that I would even really consider for human as being worth the effort. Not at this stage. Maybe for an individual level way in the future, but definitely not at the moment. Anyways, back to Ron.
I want to. Still on time save pace, though. Even with that mistake. Rust needs to be pretty clean, however. I don't really have room for another mistake if I want to save time. And I can do that. I cannot make a mistake.
Careful if your jumps out of the cave, Kama. I still heard the bats flying. I think that was basically completely optimal.
Yeah, we're kind of gaming. We're kind of gaming right now. Oh my god.
Woo! Oh, that distance! So that is something that I was like trying to do some timing on, like super far bites versus landing onto the platform straight with a jump. Honestly, wasn't able to get a difference. Wasn't able to get a meaningful difference. So just do whatever's easiest for you, basically. I haven't fully scientifically timed it out, but I wasn't able to observe any difference with it, really.
Ooh, was almost too abrasive on that line. That could have been a run killer.
I'm not sure on the shape of the hitbox around that tree.
Ooh, was almost too abrasive on that line.
I think the hitbox just goes straight up, so I think you're right to run around it. I don't think jumping over it does anything.
You got this. Thank you, thank you. Oh, no down bite.
Feels bad, man.
Wonder why. You got this. Thank you, thank you. Oh, no down bite. Wonder why.
Kind of just held the SK a little bit too long. Nothing more, nothing less.
I think that means it was barely slow, maybe?
Too slow on coming off of the S, or too slow on pressing the right click.
Wait, so the fin?
Yeah, the right click, sorry.
Wait, are Finnish saunas, like, different?
Oh yeah, Kama. So the thing with Finnish saunas, okay? Saunas. Basically, in Finland, because it's, like, so cold there, they just have saunas, like, everywhere. Like, the number of saunas in Finland is, like, the highest in the world. Saunas per capita. Map. Well, okay. So, for every 1,000 inhabitants in Finland, there is 556 saunas. The second highest is Sweden, which has 244 saunas. Norway, 185. Estonia, 154. Latvia, 147. Lithuania, 147. Austria, 111. Iceland, 56. Germany, 28. Netherlands, 12. For context, the US doesn't even make it on this list. Basically, every country below Italy has less than 2 in the world. So, saunas in Finland are very much a thing. I'll bring it onto here for a sec. Boom. This was an important part of the reaction. Lol. Anyways, that's enough Finnish saunas.
Oh my god, I bit to the ground. That is an awesome time save. Yeah, I should be saving here. Not a lot, but we are saving. And that's what matters.
Right, I was a little bit zoned out for this section. Okay, let's watch it back.
Wait, are Finnish saunas, like, different?
Beautiful.
Oh my god, I bit to the ground.
Beautiful.
That is an awesome time save. Yeah, I should be saving here.
You went a little bit far left.
Not a lot, but we are saving. That's
okay, so this is like the only ever time save that's available in Walk. And by the way, we're getting a little bit slim on time saves for the rest of the game. Don't ask why Hub 1 has more than most of the rest of the game left. It's just a funny thing. The Hub 1 levels just have so much. So many like little things that can be done. Not sure why. Because I feel like I've put about as much effort into the other levels, honestly. So, I'm not sure why there's so much of a discrepancy in terms of unused strats, but it just is what it is. Anyways, now that I am on the correct side, basically, once you get here, you take your... Can I get a... Let's just go up with this. And then I will get a fast roll down. So, somewhere around here, roughly. And then if you go for boom, slash TP, boom, boom, boom. Then slash TP. So now, it's possible to get a ground swim. Basically, somewhere off some of this stuff. So this is Bounty Swim. I've only ever gotten it once. But essentially, you get your swim from here. Can you swim over this? You can. Nice. I didn't actually know that. So you can swim over here. Boom. Stop losing your swim lawn. I think Marky's also gotten bounty swim. I don't know why I keep losing it there, but anyways, you can then get your air swim. Sorry, not your air swim. You can get a jump out of your swim here. Getting it to extend all the way across there seems like it's pretty dang hard. Might need to extend it further this way. Okay. There we go. So it is possible to get across to it there, out of your swim, but very difficult. So yeah, that's kind of like the last unused strat in Hub 1 there.
This could be a sub 11:10, which is alright. That's pretty good.
It's a decent length of swim as well. That's why Brandorn and I... Oh, that's why Brandorn had a bounty on it. Oh my god.
What a backup. What a backup.
What a lucky bugger.
That was a sick backup.
What a lucky bugger.
Oh
Also,
my god,
I'm
that
not
was awesome.
100% sure on this, but I think that...
That was awesome, man.
I think
What
that...
the-
I think that coming through the gate like this is better than jumping over this one. Not sure. However, I think the one that would actually be the best angle would be this one. I'm not sure. My guess is either this, because you're not going to run into any of the fence here. So that's what I do. I just go for going around the fence like that. I haven't timed it out perfectly, but yeah. In my opinion, this one gets you the displacement out while still running into some of the fence bonking issues. So I prefer this over this one, and I think this one could have some potential. That's my 2 cents on it. Anyways.
The fact they didn't ledge grab too.
I'm also just gonna film my
No
water
way.
for...
No way. What? What the hell?
Anyways, that's like 1 hour so far of reacting. We're only 10 minutes into the run.
We should say
This is a lone style reaction. And yeah, and of course for anyone who isn't familiar with KamaCrimson, he is the world record holder for pretty much every category. I think the only one he doesn't hold now is max percent. C# got that. And then C# also has like all picture frames, and I think he might also have one other minor category, something like that. C# is amazing. He's a top runner, well, top runner and multiple time world record holder for Space Station Silicon Valley. So another really awesome member of the community.
It seems fun though.
But yeah, so Kama though, he is the best. He is the best single player tie runner without question. I would say at the moment still. No question on that.
Whoa.
So this is his channel there. Make sure to check it out.
Dude, that was a crazy.
Let's continue watching the run.
All around pretty insane.
Let's also just watch these last little bits here. I'll also talk about this just really quickly through Bullspin actually. I will just talk about it super quick for anyone who's not familiar with it. So we run straight towards him, make sure that he's getting aggroed as soon as possible. The reason Kama came to the left side of him there.
Oh my god, that was awesome.
Reason Kama came to the left side is because it gets him to just hit the post as soon as he possibly can. That's why. His goal is to get the bull to hit the hit the termite mound as soon as physically possible, so that it can go for its animation and get onto the next one as soon as possible. And now he pulls it over there, gets it there as fast as he can. I would say, you know, I wonder on this one, Kama, actually. Because the bull is turning here. It has to turn further to be able to lock onto you. I wonder if it would be faster to start on this side and then run across so that the bull starts running there. I'm actually curious on that now. I'm actually curious on that now. Because on this one, it's like... awkward. Here, I'm like... that gets it to hit it as soon as possible. But if I stand here, like this... I wonder if we can be like working with the way that the bull turns around to get it with the fastest turns it possibly can. So in this case, I think the bull's going to turn to the left. So I wonder if standing out here is going to get it running sooner. Yeah! Yeah, what the hell? This time, it's going to turn this way? Wait, how have we not thought of this at all? Did I just make bull spin faster? Okay, obviously you don't want to be like standing out in the open because you get the straight. I think the throws don't matter. Because he does his turnaround with the throws. So I think these ones don't matter at all. Yeah, those ones don't matter at all. So I think those ones are already as figured out as they can be. How do we not think about bull turning animation? How do we not? This is like the sort of thing that like I have my mind about on Crikey. So here, boom, he's running sooner. I'm pretty sure he's running sooner there. And just count the number of frames after he does his first hit. And then for this one, as long as I'm hiding on the right side here, there we go. And then the reason I came to this side, well, no, he does his throw on this one, so he can just hit on the right side, I think. But then again, being closer on this is probably going to be better for this one. But those first, like that second pillar and that third pillar, I think can actually be affected by this. What the hell? Well, let me know when you get the calm gold on that one. Oops. I think that's actually faster. I think that's actually faster. Oh my gosh. Anyways. Classic lawn things. Breaks it down, finds a time save. Wait, no, you're saying that you do that. So you are already taking into account the bull spinning so that he starts running as soon as possible? If so, then apologies, that's not me. Because I've never thought about that, and I've never talked about it with anyone. I should do it there.
What the? The fact they didn't edge grab too? No way. No way.
Yeah, you are. Well played, dude. That does save time on the third, though. Yeah, I think being out on that right side, I think that is better.
You should save time here.
So, okay, cool. I'll take it for reminding of things further on the right side there, in terms of the bull rotation. But yeah, the last pillar shouldn't matter on that at all, though, because you know, it just faces straight in towards it.
I don't know.
You
it's
just
not
need to
really
time it.
massive.
That's all.
Oftentimes the temperature is higher than in some places. Oh shit. I've never been in a sauna. It seems fun though. I feel like I'd pass out. But it would be fun. All around pretty insane.
Anyways,
Wait, whoa. Oh, dude, that was a crazy boss. That was a really fast boss. The second to last damage cancel in particular is really fast. The second to last damage cancel in particular is really fast.
very nice. Very, very nice. The way that you do your jump off dismount into that, so good. So good.
Alright, chat, we got a pretty serious run. Let's get it. This is very good.
So crisp on your turnarounds there.
I
So
made
crisp.
2 small mistakes, 1 miniature mistake in Hub 1. The mini mistake was Bill B5 in 2 up. The miniature mistake
Really good turns.
The bats in walk.
I prefer to hit the ice a little bit earlier on
The
this.
mini mistake was Bill B5 in 2 up.
Just a little bit.
The miniature mistake.
I like to go to this section here. I'm not sure why you're going down here. Because you can go down the mountain really quickly. You can go down the mountain here really quickly. So for me, it's like all about getting on the ice as soon as you can.
And the swim in 2 up.
So I'd adjust that
I'm
ice
getting pretty close to mistakeless
Ice start by
Hub 1s.
just a smidge. That's fine.
Mistakeless in air
That's
quotes.
fine.
It'll never be mistakeless.
Little bit messy on some of these.
You know what I mean.
The same part's good though. Yeah. Beautiful lines there. Like just really clean movement. Shout out
Yeah,
Tinsel.
the bowl was really nice. Makes me wonder what I would have
You
gotten
found that?
if I had a good final damage cancel. I think it would have been.
Have you
good.
timed out the
Pretty
bite
sure.
slide there, by the way? I'm a bite slide fan on that one. I haven't timed it out. It just feels so cool. I can't bring myself to solve it.
There are over 3 million saunas in Finland. Oh my god. Wait, what?
I think perfect wide slide
Sure,
might
the
be
population
slight
of
there.
5.5 million.
Okay.
Dude, there's almost a sauna per person. What?
Hmm.
What the hell?
I wonder if a
Like, we have
little bit of
saunas in
marquee
America,
sliding there
but
would
the
be
culture's
viable.
nowhere near like that.
Like
What the hell?
marquee sliding, like if you were a little bit higher to start with and then you shoot it down and marquee slide it, I think that could be faster. Not easy though. Not easy.
Like, we have saunas in America, but the culture's nowhere near like
Nice.
that. Yeah, it's
Also, I
like, we have
wonder
saunas in
actually, like
America, but the culture's nowhere near like that.
as you're sliding in here, does it give you an extra airframe by not shooting it? I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
still not.
It's boony, we don't
I'm
like
still
it.
not
We love the
100%
buildings, the
sold
buildings are chill.
on what the fastest way to enter the water is there.
Also,
I know
safety
you're
buildings.
in the camp of just get on the water, right click. I haven't experimented enough with dive strats and stuff like that yet, though, for me to be satisfied. Now, let's see. Does he get lawn
By
swim
my
here?
calculations, we get lawn swim here. No lawn swim.
Feedback on this world record. No lawn swim. No lawn swim. It's always lawn swim, dude. It's always lawn swim. It's cursed. It's cursed.
No lawn swim this time.
No lawn
I
swim
came
this
from a
time.
pretty
No lawn
horizontal
swim
angle.
next
I'm
time.
shocked I didn't get it. I was really horizontal.
I hope you get a lawn swim in a world record again sometime, dude.
I am on time save pace still, by quite a bit. I'm on pace for my best snow worries without lawn swim, actually.
Very nice movement.
Oh, that's really good luck.
You got really close to the icicles there. Also, that was the right
Hey,
thing to
Kama, how
do,
runs going
coming out
today?
of
Runs are going
scope there for a
amazing.
moment.
I'm...
Also, another thing as well is, like, I'm surprised that we haven't actually started trying to do, like, any sort of, like, running, jumping icicle stuff. It is a bit funky, though, because I think icicles do have auto-targeting, so that kind of messes with things. But yeah, like, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. Do icicles have auto-targeting? I can't remember for certain. But, yeah. I think there's some potential there. Just a little bit. Only like half a second.
definitely playing out of my mind.
Do you not have auto-targeting? Yeah, okay. So, standard rang, a little bit of distance jumps.
Thanks for
Might be
asking,
possible to
Charlie.
get, like,
I appreciate it.
one throw in
Once again, shoutouts
before
to
you go
YouTube
into your
chat.
scope.
Ooh,
I do aimless
you have a
icicle
skill.
targeting when I have good spider aggro to get hit.
I'll take 0.2 time loss
Right.
over killing the run.
I think there's some variations we can look at on stuff, but it's super minor.
Yeah, we all love the Bilbies.
Nothing that's really figured out at the moment, though.
Alright, man. It's all nerve control from here on out. Gotta control my nerves. For anyone...
Another thing as well, actually, I just want to check this. Do you do this? No. Okay. So here's another thing, Kama.
Oh, that's really good luck.
When you finish with your shooting, you're also super close here. You should be shooting these from further back. When you finish shooting here, the moment that you've shot your last boomerang, okay? So from here, this is your first frame. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There was basically 10 frames that you could have run forward for free. 10 frames there from after that last shot. So I like to, after I've done my last shot, I like to let go of my scope and just run. Just get a little bit of distance. And as long as you don't have the ice bonk on top of you.
Hey, Kama, how
You're
runs
fine.
going today? Runs are going...
Yeah, it is literally free. It is literally free. It's like going like this. So it's like, oh, wait, no, sorry. My second scope will be like when the icicle would have hit. Okay, ready? So, you know, you get like that much there. It is actually just free. It is actually just free. So for me, I quite often get right next to that ice pile. I'll see if I can bring up my one real quick. Just so that you can see an example of it in run. Because this is something that I do like every single run without fail. Okay.
No!
Ah, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I got
terrible.
spidered here.
It was like 2 and a bit seconds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look at this whole section here.
No!
Okay, it's not terrible.
No!
So I think for me, what I do is I shoot from as far back as I can. And then
No!
I like leave my scope to start running so that pretty much within, so I had a little bit of hesitation to shoot that third one, and that meant that I didn't have time to get my 4th shot and run away. For me, I shoot the first 4, I start running, and then I go. Let's just go to Snow real quick, just so that I can talk about it, because this is something that I think I'm the only player that does.
Check out these amazing
Slash
snowy
TP at
mountains.
E.
No.
Okay. Almost there. Okay. I can also just take my TP here as well. Slash TP, boom, boom, boom. Slash TP. And then slash TP, boom. Okay. So here I can just be like this. That's how I do it. You see how that lets me also get my run and be like right next to it.
No.
So that's my approach. Okay, those guys are right there. No one saw anything. Like that. So that's the way I take it. Hopefully that helps. I think that's like an extra half second to a second.
I'm definitely playing out.
So if you see here, on your one, you end
Oh,
up
that's really
losing
good
that
luck.
kind of like half second of extra running, in a sense, because you spend more of your time in the scope itself, and you're also further
Hey,
away
Kama, how
from it.
runs going today? Runs are going amazing.
So yeah,
I'm definitely playing out of my mind, especially in the early game. Thanks for asking, Charlie. I appreciate it.
classic setup.
Once again, shoutouts to YouTube chat. Shout out. Oh, we almost through.
There's some interesting movement there.
I'll take
I assume that
time
that's not
lapse
how
if we're
you
killing the
usually
run.
do it, so won't bother
take
talking
it.
on that.
Yeah, we all love the Bilbies. Alright, man. It's all nerve control.
I
from
just
here
had
on
a
out. Gotta
weird
control my
thought.
nerves.
I wonder if there's like any
anyone
marquee slide
who
shit that
hasn't
could
been here,
happen
My
Through-
next 3 splits are
for that. I'm actually curious now. Is there some sort of like weird marquee slide thing that you can do during cross mountain movement? I don't think so. But like imagine like you're like at the end of the cross mountain and then you start marquee sliding. No. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. You just get bonked off the hill. I just wanted to check that real quick.
all gold paces. I cannot save time.
This was the funniest discovery. Kama one day was just like, hey, why don't we just go to the left?
So I need to play really good.
3-second time save. For nothing. One of the funniest time saves ever, dude. Okay.
Gotta play really good.
How did we not realize that one?
Thank you for the good luck, LZR. Thank you.
Beautiful. I think that's like the best balance of difficulty and everything like that for Milskep
Gotta play really
at a
good.
high level. There's only one extra thing that you can do, and that's a right side jump. Everything else, immaculate. Immaculate. just for anyone who's curious what that looks like. I'll bring that up here. So right side jumps are very painful. Very, very painful. So you get your jump into this spot here. And then you need to jump up that way. It's hard to string them all together. But yeah. So that's a right side jump. Hardly saves any time at all. And can very much mess with your consistency on the Meliscope. Anyways, I'll try and get one more, but I think you get the idea. Come on, Mom. Come on. Don't force it. What am I doing? Anyways. Ah! I got that speedrunner brain right now. I got the speedrunner brain right now. I just want to get that trick. That's why we don't do it. It's messes with things. One sec. Alright, I'm back. I'll probably need to go in kind of like 30 minutes, that sort of thing. So I am going to accelerate a little bit through this now. However, I don't think I'm going to be able to give any meaningful feedback on Outback whatsoever. Like, I'll basically just be watching Outback and not be able to say anything, because, oh, man. Though I have been told
Really
to
good.
ignore the thing known as emus.
Oh, late cutscene skip. Dude, I really think going right side of Ken is quicker. I need to go back to some left side testing though, to really see.
I do wonder if it would be faster to use Boomerang on any of these towers.
Right,
I don't
really need
think
to lock
so,
in
but
here.
I wonder. A little bit of
Good
a
slam.
hard kickoff from the Bilby, but
Do you not want to miss
pretty
that
damn
ability?
solid. Yeah, missing that waterfall was so painful.
Great flick.
I like to maintain my connection with the ground just a little bit longer, harder up into the right side, and then dive into the end of it. That's my preference, though.
Just pull him in here.
I will say that Kama is so good at getting that first dive for that first emu. It's wild. Unfortunate that emu ran through him. Yeah, this is the one that
Ooh,
he's
good
probably
grab.
taking.
That
Oh
was
no,
genuinely
okay.
precise.
Unlikely to get that, but GG. Damn, where does this one go so wrong? Probably gonna be
What?
back there, yeah.
Okay, good thing I knew. Good thing I knew. This is good.
Yeah. That
Even
could have
though I
been
lost
so
some time
cracked.
there, this
That could have been so cracked though. Like, let's be real. Yeah, he had vision on it, so that is just a straight up mistake, unfortunately.
What?
He knew where to check on it though, but like, I don't blame him for going this way because so often the emus wrap back around this way. That's what happens like 90% of the time. So he did know how to back it up perfectly, and he didn't really waste a huge amount of time unnecessarily.
What?
He should have seen it in the first place, but that's fine.
Okay, good thing I knew. Good thing I knew.
That's
This is good. So even though I lost some time there, this is... I think I'm only losing 4 seconds. Maybe a little less?
Yeah, 923 is a
Hello again,
pretty
Charlie.
good.
Thank you for
pretty
the
good
look.
standard to be getting as an average if you say that he only lost
Yeah, we're
4
on pretty
seconds.
nutty pace right now.
Alright, that's Outback. Into Bridge on the River tie.
Good drop the controller.
And he was saying something
Oh.
about turnaround for Rex diving.
Some cutscene
From
time
what I
loss
was
here
talking
and there,
about
which is
himself.
funny.
Okay.
Dude, he's sick with it.
Wild.
First, try a bridge swim. My
The other part that's wild to me as well is like he has no hesitation about changing his angle here before the swim is completely locked in. He has no hesitation with it. Dude is locked and loaded for that first try swim. Doesn't even maintain his angle to try for a second attempt on his timing. He's just locked in.
Dude, he's sick with it. First, try a bridge swim. My goodness. We just keep getting it every time.
It's also really important that you... Nice timing. It's really
For
important
anyone
that
who
you're
doesn't know, the
flame
trick
coming
keys are
into the
really
middle.
hard. I'm so confused how I keep getting it first try.
Really good angles there, dude.
I'm definitely way above
You're
my
too far
consistency
right
rate
there,
in run.
in my opinion. Could have angle abused
That
that
was
more.
unlucky, but we played it well. Way above my consistency
For context,
in run.
for where that thing is, you can like just look your camera like up where my webcam is, and you can do like a jump throw and get that. It's not an easy one. It's not an easy one. But
That was
yeah.
unlucky.
He
we played
fought
it
it too long. He could have also just scoped for a fraction of a second and gotten that. It's a super technical
This is
section though.
great
Like
pace.
bridge is one of the most tech heavy levels,
Got a
in my
world
opinion.
record pacer. We got one. That's fucked.
Well, movement tech heavy, that is. Movement and aim tech heavy. Also, it's a little bit faster
That's
on this whole
fucked.
overall bridge if you don't want to be focusing on hitting this first barrel as soon as you can. It's in the barrel preservation range. It doesn't matter when you hit this first barrel as long as you hit it. So you actually want to be cutting across here as hard as you can so that you can have it be a gradual angle going across the bridge. I think that can save you like half a second across the course of the bridge. You just need to be careful of the skink. So here, treat it like a straight line all the way across there. And then you get your throwback kind of around here-ish, that sort of thing. And then continue on that angle until you get onto that corner of the bridge so that you get your bite boost. That's how you want to take this. You don't need to backshoot any other ones
really bad
except for that
cockroach
second
luck.
barrel on the bridge.
Not the worst.
All of the other ones are
but
just-
pretty close.
They're messing with your lines.
You can definitely get worse though.
Because the thing is, right here, right at this moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or, sorry, not right there. It's basically. Also, I think this is the dialogue Kama was talking about. Is it? Yeah. Okay. He did do a jump out of it though, I think. Also, why are these doing 10-second jumps? Yeah, he did do a jump out of it. Oh, actually, yeah, okay, this will give me the timing range that I need here. So right here, boom, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So around, what was it, 43 is around the timing that we are by the time that we are at that second barrel. So if you only just shot it there, 30 seconds, it's expired. Right when you're at that area. 1, 2, 3, you're right here. That's why your back shot is important. Because you extend it to here. You extend it to here. Your second boomerang just hits it now. 1, 2, 3. You're outside of that range now. You're outside of that range for where the barrel is currently on. Just because of time, I'm not going to illustrate that right now. But basically, like, just a little bit off screen of where I am now, that's where that sphere comes to. You're outside of the area. It no longer gets updated. But if you were too slow with your back shot, if you didn't get a back shot, then the barrel can actually expire before that section. And the thing is, Dennis right now is like only getting up to that barrel in like 5 or 10 seconds from now. Dennis is slow. Dennis is hella slow. Dennis hasn't gotten past that barrel yet. You need that barrel to last longer.
I messed up a little bit there. I should still get the animation cancel, hopefully. I really hope I get the animation cancel.
Admittedly, I haven't
Wait,
labbed
is
enough
this
on
world
the
record pace?
animation
It
cancel.
is. It is indeed.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I
it
read
super
that right, 'cause I'm
consistent.
kinda locked in right now.
Yeah, he gets it still. Nice.
Kinda locked in.
He'll still definitely get his double fun drag. There's no question on
Yeah,
that.
very much world record pace.
Double fun drag is honestly kind of a piss easy standard, though, in my opinion. It's possible to outpace Dennis by such an amount that you have to hard delay Nitty. You'll see that Kama gets it here, and then ready about now. There you go.
Yo,
Also,
thank you for that
about
donation.
now. Wow,
I'm
100
so
bucks.
sorry.
GG.
But I actually can see
100 bucks for
donations.
Kama, Pog.
If somebody would like to type that out for me, I would be so so grateful. Considering
So-
the chat's message, it's a sick donation, so thank you.
So,
Thank you so much.
wow, dude. That's awesome.
$100? Wait, really? Are you serious? Okay, let me
Poggers.
focus up here. This could be world record.
Okay. You're so good with that pole turn, dude. I'm jelly. A little bit late on the turnaround there with the
my
scope
God.
turn, but very nice still.
I lock in.
You're scaring me with how high above the ground you go in some of those sections, but wow. Yeah, yeah.
Take it slow and safe. Take it safe.
That was a...
I do not need
that
world
was a
record
fun
TA
game.
in one.
I do like that little dismount though from that like half platform that you do.
Losing time here because, you know, we're racing a gold, but
Yeah,
it's good. It's good.
I think hitting that post wasn't quite worth it for going on the inside there.
I'm super locked in. I promise you I will read that donation after this run. I pinky promise.
Not bad at all. That's like basically
Oh my
near
god,
one
the
of my
run is
best
so
times.
good, chat. So we have a lot of time saving cast pass.
Okay, good. Swap to flames in
Um,
time. So here,
This is some
unfortunately, Crikey is diving. He's not at the far back corner, so this is going to be a close and back right setup as being optimal, which is the one that Kama does. But if he does a dive at back right setup, it's actually back left setup. It's better to do front and back left in terms of your order. But the setup is a standard front and back right.
sub 28 pace.
You can tell just by the
Oh.
positioning of Crikey there.
Hey, Crikey.
Okay, fortunately
That's good
that
if he
dive
doesn't
didn't
try to
end up
nip it,
messing with things too badly. Now, in terms of this here, Kama came out of the water here on that far right hand side. Let's see how this does with the Crikey positioning. That wasn't too bad. You want to try and manipulate Crikey to
That's
be
good if he
as
doesn't try to
much
nip it.
underneath as possible. And the thing is, by leaving the water on this side, I don't like that he wasn't really keeping vision on where Crikey was under the water. He's leaving that purely to reaction at the moment. But the reason why we often dismount, come back onto the platform from this side here, is because it makes it so that Crikey, when he's swimming this way, will then turn to the right and end up closer doing like loops here. That sort of thing. It's possible with the way that you swim underwater to be able to position it though, so that you're on this right side, Crikey is coming from the outside, and he does his loop, but starting from this side of the platform that places him just a little bit closer. It very much depends on how quickly Crikey aggroes onto you though, whether you can take him through those more optimal swimming paths to put him onto a better spinning path here, so that you get the best Crikey line so that he's directly under it. You also need to keep in mind how long it takes him to do his little spin arounds so that he'll be in the right phase of the spin. So that can determine whether you jump off, like whether you get off here or over here as well. Like there's so many different details with it. Not all of them that I have perfectly labbed out, but there's a lot. That you can do to maximize him being directly under it for that first one.
So, Zax, thank you
So
for that.
it
Good
wasn't
luck.
very far off, but yeah. So it is possible to have Crikey here right now. Instead, it's like 0.2 later, 0.3 later.
So,
that
Zax,
kind of
thank
thing.
you for that. Good luck.
That is like all the time save that is available for this level is from that one little thing of positioning Crikey. That's it. That's all the time save, other than hitting the first tank as soon as possible. Those are the only two areas
It's all
that you
nerve
can
control
save
from
time.
here, dude. It's all
basically.
nerve control.
Of course, shooting them as early as you can as well, but nothing in terms of other execution lines or anything like that. Nothing else.
It's pretty good. I think I only lose a second.
Hey Travis, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying the watch/listen. I am going to be wrapping up relatively shortly. I've been doing a bite boost off of there for a long time, but I think you're probably right though with just focusing on the line.
That was risky.
Ballsy. Ballsy.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm doing new cast pass here. I think we do old cast pass.
Come on. Come on, come on. Okay, he's not going to do it, so I'll just show it here real quickly for anyone who hasn't seen it, because I'm not sure if it's been in a world record yet. I believe it was found by Mass and BuzzChi. It was also something Brandon and I experimented with ages ago, but not with the same tree. But it was something that we tried to investigate, but we didn't find. But Matt and BuzzChi made it a reality. So anyways, the method that Kama was showing me here, though, is you get to the end here, and then you do... I'm sorry. You get to the end of this little bit here, and then you get kind of to the middle of it there, and then you run forward with W for just a moment. You're kind of aiming towards this area here, I think it is. So you run forward with W for just a moment, and then you do like 3 taps for your glide. Like that. Boom. Just like that. First try. That's the way Kama explained it to me, and works a treat for me. So, yeah. That is your cast pass skill. So the fact that I just did that first try is kind of dope. Thanks, Kama. Love you, mate. Alrighty. Anyways, back to world record there.
Pass.
And thanks for your kind words, Kama. Learned that one from you. But yeah, like I totally understand not pushing for that right now, because his best possible time is 27:51. He doesn't need to force it. If he did have to force it, it would force him into having to force like if he made many mistakes on that at all, it would force him into a position where he's having to force crest swim, which is kind of a bit of an RNG swim in my opinion. Out of water swims can feel very RNG. Like, wait, who did the thing? It's another. Holy shit!
Thank you for that donation. I will read it out shortly.
Yeah, there you go.
No
There's his crest swim there. So he
swim.
tried to go for one of them, but bailed out on it. Very understandably. There is one interesting thing with it, but on his pace, I understand why he didn't do it. For context, this is what he was trying to do. Why am I cracked today? Why am I cracked? I swear, guys, I got it, okay? I got it. I didn't do it on stream, oopsie. I'll show that again. I'll just get it again. Don't worry, don't worry. This is what he was trying to do. I didn't nail my throw on it, but that's the strat there. It's known. He tried to go for it, but he didn't force it. Considering the pace, I totally respect that decision. The backup that he could have done there, which is a really nice backup, it's higher probability than the first one. So let's say that I fail the first one. You can go back like this, and you can get a ground swim there. Works really nicely as well. That one I find has a higher consistency than the first one. So, anyways.
Look at that backup, dude. That was sick. Thank you for the donations. I promise you I will read them out.
I don't like to do scope there for me, I like to have my right boomerang in my hand, and I like to be like this. That sort of thing. Like that, and then just run away. That's what I do. God damn it. I did it again. So, I like to be like this. I like to throw with an angle abuse like that. Using W and A, as much angle as I can there, get off to the side as much as I can. That's how I like to approach it. To each their own. Also, this one is just completely only a swag strat. It doesn't save you any time or anything like that.
Thank you so much, though.
But dude, got 200 of donos in this run. Holy. He doesn't even know the second one's 100, I don't think.
Doom clip it
oh,
is, boys.
Just for
Doom
context,
clip.
later in
You
the
got
run,
one
I
trick
got
left.
a 105 final boss. The run after world record.
Climbing Resilience 3.
101.
Thank you so much.
Never did I think we would be approaching possibly getting a sub-minute final boss. I didn't see that coming. That was not on my 2021, not on my 2022, not on my 2023, or not on my 2024 bingo card.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Jeez, man. Jeez. Super good, though. Super good. And once again, amazing job pushing and keeping this game at the boundary of what is possible. Getting all of those strats, and like, yes, I talked about a whole bunch of strats today that are not implemented yet, but like, damn, dude. Damn, dude. As a top runner, I know how hard it is to do these, and the fact that you get them so consistently at the level you do is a testament to the amount of effort you put in. Nice. I think it was me who figured out the double bites on some of the stuff, and then Coral figured out the triple combo bite at the end here. I don't know why that third one came in a little delayed. But yep, final skip of the run, found by Brandorn and found by BuzzG and I, using the start of the strat found by Brandorn a few years ago. This is Doom Clip, this is it. Hope you enjoyed the reaction and the feedback on the world record here. And once again, incredible effort to Kama for being able to put together a run of this caliber. This is something that I do not have the time to do. Do not have the time to do, nor do I have the will to be able to push myself like this. He is one of a kind, and we're very fortunate to have someone that is willing to push the game this hard. So once again, congratulations, KamaCrimson, on the first sub 28 in Tide the Tasmanian Tiger speedrunning history.
Dude,
well played,
we actually got it.
You deserve it.
Oh.
Dude got sub 32.
Oh my god.
I got sub 31.
Oh my god.
Got sub 30 in a race.
Dude, I'm
sub
shaking. 29
and
I'm
now sub
so
28.
bad. I don't know if it'll show on camera.
Here's the sub 27.
Dude, this is no joke.
Way in the future.
I can't believe I actually pulled off Doom Clip.
I don't see it
Oh my
for
God.
quite a while, though. Maybe one day.
Oh my god.
Maybe
Oh.
one day.
Dude, the nerves are crazy. Oh my god. Okay, I need to read out those donations. Thank you for the 2 donations. I'm gonna read those out right now. Dude,
Alrighty.
I am barely breathing.
I gotta go.
I am barely
Dude,
breathing.
it's another 100. GG. Alrighty. Take care.
I'm not even kidding. I am barely breathing, Chad.
Yeah.
My nerves
I gotta
are
go.
so bad.
But yeah. Very much enjoyed watching that. And yeah. Take care. Have an awesome day, everyone. Like this video as well. And I'll see y'all around. I will quickly see if there's anyone for me to raid. But I need to be out the door in a few seconds. And I have 2 people watching. Won't worry about that. Take care. Have a good one, everyone.